In a deeply disturbing and heartbreaking incident that has once again exposed the cruel reality of honor killings in Pakistan, a young couple in Balochistan, who had dared to marry each other for love, was brutally murdered by their own family members, reminding us all how dangerous it can be in some parts of our society to simply choose whom you want to spend your life with. The couple, belonging to different tribes, had married secretly without their family's approval, and with dreams of living a peaceful life together. They were hiding in fear, away from the threats and pressures of their families, hoping that one day they would be able to live openly without fear of violence. But the family, driven by the rigid tribal mindset and centuries-old traditions that still hold a tight grip on many parts of Balochistan, tracked the couple down with the help of local relatives, and in a horrifying act of violence, they were dragged out of hiding, beaten, and killed in the name of so-called honor, with their blood spilled to cleanse what the family considered shame brought upon them by their children's decision to love freely. Witnesses reported that the young woman screamed and begged for mercy while her husband tried desperately to protect her, but the cold-hearted killers, blinded by their false pride and societal pressures, silenced their voices forever while the community watched in helplessness, fearing tribal retaliation if they intervened. Videos circulating online show the grief and fear among the local people, who live under constant pressure, where even if they disagree with such brutal practices, they cannot speak out due to the power of tribal elders and the fear of violence against their own families. This tragedy has sparked outrage on social media, with human rights organizations and activists demanding immediate arrests and strict punishment for the killers, reminding us that despite Pakistan having laws against honor killings, the implementation remains weak and many families continue to enforce their own cruel justice, robbing young souls of their futures and turning love into a death sentence. The murder of this couple is not just about them but reflects the hidden fear under which countless young men and women live, unable to express their wishes to marry for love or even think about building a future with someone of their choice, knowing that even a single step outside family expectations can cost them their lives. It is a dark truth that in many parts of Balochistan and rural Pakistan, family honor is often considered more valuable than human life, and the pressure of society and the fear of what people will say pushes parents to take the lives of their own children, turning mothers and fathers into murderers, brothers into executioners, and communities into silent supporters of injustice. The local authorities have registered the case, and arrests are reportedly being made, but the real challenge remains ensuring that the killers face justice without the interference of tribal leaders and local pressures that often lead to compromises or the dropping of cases, leaving the blood of the victims to dry silently without accountability. We must ask ourselves how many more young couples must die before society accepts that love is not a crime, and that the outdated traditions and false pride that lead to such brutal acts must end if we wish to move forward as a society that values life and freedom. This incident should be a wake-up call for the government and law enforcement agencies to implement the laws strictly, protect vulnerable couples who choose to marry by choice, and educate communities to reject the dangerous mindset that justifies murder in the name of honor. It is also important for religious leaders, educators, and local influencers to speak openly against these practices, guiding people towards compassion, understanding, and the recognition of the basic human right to choose one's partner without fear of death. As a society, we must challenge the silence that surrounds honor killings and create a support system where victims can seek help and communities can learn to respect life over false honor, breaking the chains of fear that keep families trapped in these cruel traditions. Let us not allow this couple's story to become just another forgotten tragedy. Let it fuel our determination to raise awareness, demand justice, and work towards a society where young people can live without fear, where families choose love over violence, and where no parent has to bury their child because they chose to love. If you found this video informative and believe that we must end the culture of honor killings, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel to stay informed about the truths that many ignore, and comment below on what steps you think should be taken to protect the youth and ensure justice for victims of such brutal practices.